Welcome, everyone. My name is Antonio Peters. I'm one of the admissions officers here at RISD. I'm also a graduate of RISD 2004 from the illustration department. I've been working in admissions since graduating, so I know a lot about our admissions process, what we look for in terms of potential applicants and enrolling students. I will be the main presenter today. The presentation will focus primarily on the walkthrough of our application and resources that are out there to assist you and your students who are interested in applying to RISD. So I'm excited to be here to present and looking forward to it. And I'll hand it over to my colleague.
Hi everyone, my name is Zach Davey. I'm also an alumni of RISD. I graduated in 2020 from the painting department, and now I also work here in admissions. I'm one of our admissions officers. And yeah, I'll be behind the scenes during the presentation, answering everyone's questions. So yeah, please feel free to ask as many questions as you'd like. Just please use the Q&A chat, as Antonio mentioned, rather than the regular chat box. It just helps us stay organized and make sure that we get to everyone's questions. I know we'll be extra busy tonight, so we'll focus our attention on the Q&A chat box. But yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll pass it back to you, Antonio.
Thank you, Zach. Zach, can you see the screen?
Yep, looks great.
Wonderful. So again, we're going to turn our cameras off and let's get started. So again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your interest in Rhode Island School of Design. We're one of the top art schools in the country. At RISD, our mission is to educate our students in the importance of art and design, to take what you learn in the studio, what you experience in the studio, and apply them to world problems. So we're glad that you're here. We have, hope you have some amazing questions for us when it comes to applying to RISD. We're here to help you as much as we can to make the process as transparent and clear as possible. We know this process can be overwhelming. We know that you are not only applying to RISD, but you're applying to other wonderful institutions. And so we want to provide a walkthrough of our first year application. Please note that this is primarily focused on first year. So as I said earlier, we do have some transfer students who are in attendance. We can address a few questions regarding the transfer application process, but know that this is primarily focused on the first year experience through the application. Please keep in mind, this is a general overview of the application. Our main focus will be on the application itself. This webinar will not address financial aid, scholarships, portfolio specifics, our degree programs, or the Brown RISD dual degree. This is purely just a walkthrough of our application. If you are interested in getting into more specific areas, we will be hosting other webinars that focus on the different aspects of our application. As you can see, if you are a transfer student, we will be hosting a transfer specific webinar focused on the application. We'll be offering application prep for parents. We will be offering a webinar that's focused on writing, the checklist for students who are applying early decision, curating your portfolio, presenting your portfolio, checklist for regular decision, and then for transfer students, the final and end to the series transfer application checklist. So all of these are open to the public. You can find the registration on the risd.edu website. So feel free to sign up for those webinars. They're all filled with wonderful information. Also, do keep in mind this webinar and webinars in the future will be recorded and put on the RISD YouTube channel, where you will be able to watch past webinars. So yeah, just don't be afraid. Just know that we will be recording this. So let's just jump right into the application. And so for RISD, we use two platforms. We use the Common Application and we use SlideRoom. The Common Application you'll be utilizing to fill out your application as a first-year student, and you'll be utilizing the SlideRoom that is connected to the Common App. So our application is live. So you can start filling out your application if you are interested in applying for the fall of 2026 entrance. The application is live. The updates have been completed on our website, so you can see the most current application requirements on our website. Uh, we will focus on navigating the Common App, and then we will focus on frequently asked questions as we get towards the end. Do keep in mind we do have two deadlines for first-year students, November 3rd, January 20th, and for transfer students, March 17th. We do not have rolling admissions. We do not have the situation where if you are applying early decision and if you are not admitted, you cannot apply to the regular decision. You can only apply once an application cycle. So do keep that in mind when it comes to deadlines. Early decision is binding. It is not early action. It is completely different from early action. Early action is non-binding. Early decision is binding. If you are accepted early decision, you are saying, if I'm accepted, I will commit to your school. So do keep that in mind when it comes to early decision. Our regular decision is non-binding. That's where most of our students will apply as a first-year applicant. And again, the third deadline is for transfer students. We only have one deadline for transfer students, and it's March 17th. The spring entrance for 2026 is closed to transfer students, by the way. So if you're a transfer student interested in applying for the spring semester 2026, please note that is closed. And we will address that in the transfer application webinar that's later in August. Yeah, so financial aid, early decision, November 15th, regular decision, February 15th, transfer students, March 17th. Again, we're not going to focus primarily on financial aid, but we just want to make sure folks know the deadlines. These are the deadlines that you will need to have your forms filled out, the FAFSA form and the RISD institutional form. These forms will be used to determine a student's eligibility for scholarships. Again, this webinar will not focus on financial aid. It will focus on the application itself. When it comes to the application, the first year requirements, you have the Common App, you have transcripts, you have the portfolio, 12 to 20 images of your work, you have TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, you have letters of recommendation, you have the SAT, ACT, and so that's the breakdown of all the materials that we're looking for when it comes to students applying for the first year. And we're basically just going to break it down just a little bit more. So if you are a student and you're having and you find that the application fee is a hurdle, we do grant waivers when it comes to the application fee. So if there's any situation that is preventing you from applying, please reach out to us. There is a section within the Common App where you can request an application fee waiver. And so here's a screenshot of that within the Common App. Again, this is the first step or the first option when it comes to requesting an application waiver. The application is about $60. So here's a screenshot of where you would request an application fee waiver within the Common App. Again, as you're filling out your information, again, if it's a hurdle for you, if it's something that unfortunately things happen in life and you're not able to pay the application fee, there's ways to be assisted with that. Again, we do grant application fee waivers. And here is that screen where basically if you're wondering, like what is a Common App application fee waiver? If you don't know what it is, they actually spell it out for you. So that's a wonderful resource when it comes to the Common App. And the other option, again, you can email us directly. That is the second option, actually. So you can email us, request an application fee waiver, and we can manually do it. So you can go through the application to request a fee waiver, or you can email us directly to request an application fee waiver. And we work with you as much as we can. When it comes to the application, you can choose up to 3 majors on the Common Application. Keep in mind, you're not bound to that at all. So you can put one major, and then the rest can be blank. You can put two, and then the third be blank. You can put three. Again, all first-year students are not bound to what they put on the common application when it comes to major representation. You can put undecided if you want to, and it's completely okay. Again, you're not bound to what majors you list on the common application. All first-year students will enter the Experimental and Foundation Studies program their first year, knowing that students have an interest in, a variety of majors. This is one of the first mistakes a lot of students make in the application, assuming that they are applying directly to a major and then they create a portfolio that's major specific. Do know that you're not applying directly to a major as a first year student. As a transfer student, you are applying directly to a major. But again, I just wanted to share with you all that you can indicate up to three majors on the common application, or you can put no major. You can just put undecided, and that's totally okay to do. When it comes to academics, RISD will look at your high school transcript. We will look at pretty much the last 2 years that are available for a high school senior. So that could be fall semester senior year, all your junior year, spring semester sophomore year. Again, 2 years worth of grades. We do not have prerequisites. We do not have required courses. We ask that you fulfill your graduation requirements. So if your school requires a certain amount of math, foreign language, science courses, please follow your school's curriculum or curriculum. Yes, follow the curriculum, but also follow the graduation requirements of your program. Again, we do not have prerequisites. We do not have a certain number of classes that you have to take. Again, meet your graduation requirements. We do not have a set GPA. We do not have a cutoff for GPA. We ask that students maintain a good grade point average under whatever grading system, educational system you are in. Please maintain a good grade. Homeschool students, if you're taking online classes, we will need that transcript. If you're taking community college courses, we will need to see those community college transcripts. For students in the situation where they are attending high school, but also dual enrolled in a community college and getting credits for those. If you want to share that transcript with us, we hope that those credits and those classes are already on your high school transcript. But if they're not, feel free to give us or send us the college transcript where you're dual enrolled. Again, we will need 2 years worth of grades. As a transfer student, pretty much we need 3 years worth of grades, depending on how long you've been in college. But overall, 2 years worth of grades for first year students, 3 years worth of grades for transfer students. SAT, ACT is not required by first year or by transfer students. It is optional. If you want to include the SAT or ACT to help support your high school transcript, you're more than welcome to do so. We do not have a minimum. We do not have a cutoff. Again, if you've done well on the SAT, ACT, and you want to share that information with us, feel free to do so. And again, the SAT, ACT is optional for all students. It is not required. When it comes to letters of recommendation, we ask that students submit one. One is required. Students can submit up to three. It's really up to you. If you want to submit two, that's fine. The most not transcripts, recommendation letters that I've seen in the past have been up to 12. That's overdoing it just a tad bit. Again, try to focus on 1 to 3 letters of recommendation. Be thoughtful in your selection of who you want your letter recommendation to be written by. We discourage letters of recommendations written by parents unless you're homeschooled. The recommendation letter should speak to your performance in the classroom. It can be the letter recommendations do not have to be from a guidance counselor or the guidance office. It can be from an academic teacher, art teacher, employer, college professor. If you've participated in a pre-college program, it could be from one of your instructors from there. If you are in a after-school art program, feel free to have them write a recommendation letter for you. Again, letters of recommendation can be from anyone. Again, we do discourage recommendations from parents unless you are homeschooled. Again, 3, if you are trying to get up to 4, 5, we're totally okay. But when you start to get up to 12, again, that's a little bit much. So do try to keep it to 2 to 3 letters of recommendation. We like to see recommendation from art teachers as well. So we get that question quite often. Do you want to see it from an art teacher? Sure, yes. If they can speak to your performance in the art room, if there's a person that can speak to your performance in your academic classes, make sure you have a recommendation from those instructors. In the Common App, you'll have a section where you'll be able to invite your recommender to submit their recommendation letter. If you have trouble with this, feel free to have your instructor email us the letter directly to admissions@risd.edu. So there's different ways that you can go about it. So the first way, you can invite your recommender, and they will get an invite email where they will be able to upload it to the Common App that's specific to you, or you can have them email us directly the letter recommendation, and we can attach it to your application. So there's two different ways to go about it. When it comes to the college application, we will be hosting a webinar, writing your college essay, that is posted on our website. So do sign up for that. We encourage creativity. We encourage students to be as creative as they are creative in their portfolio. Bring creativity, personality to your essay. In the Common App, you'll be given uh, the space within, well, you can see it within the screenshot, a place where you will be able to upload your essay. So when it comes to the Common App, you'll have to go through different stages to get to that section. So once you fill out one section, it'll prompt you to go to another section, and then you'll be prompted to upload your essay. So your personal essay, so the RISD essay is the Common App essay. We use the Common App prompts as our RISD essay. There is no supplemental essay when it comes to a secondary essay for our application process. We're only requiring one essay for our admissions process, and that is the Common App prompts. There are 7 to pick from. It is really up to you which Common App prompts you want to write about. You can see them within the Common App, or you can just do a simple search for Common App prompts for 2025, 2026, and it will basically generate the results, and you can see the prompts for 2025, 2026. We have no preference. It's really up to you which essay prompt you want to write about. Do keep in mind your essay doesn't have to be about art. Your essay, again, can be personal. It can be about art if you want to. It can be about an experience you had. Again, it could be connecting to one of the prompts. It can be about an experience. It could be about a trip. Again, as long as it's connecting to the prompts that they are offering. Be sure to write your essay in a platform that will give you the ability to spell check and look at your grammar. So it's always important to use like Microsoft Word, Apple Pages, Google Docs to help write your essay, because these platforms do allow you to do spell check, grammar, gives you advice on how to fix your sentences. You cannot do that within the Common App itself. It does not have any of those features. So it's really important to make sure that you are utilizing the different platforms that are out there. You are limited to 650 words. Please divide your essays into shorter paragraphs. It's really important to be able to read your essay in a clear manner. Do not present one long block of text. It is really difficult to read that. Do not make your entire essay bold. Again, you'll be able to fix that within the limited formatting options you have in the Common App. Yeah, so if you want to, when it comes to the Common Application and the essay, if there's something that you would like to address in the application that is above and beyond the application essay prompts, the 7 that you have to pick from. If there's something that you want to address or want to highlight, there is the additional information section within the Common App that you will have the opportunity to elaborate on an experience or something that you would like the committee, the admissions committee, to know about you. So in the additional information section, you can add just a little bit more information about yourself if you like. It is not required, but if you want to bring up something that you feel good about, that you are proud of, feel free to include it in the additional information section. When it comes to the Brown RISD dual degree, you will have within the Common App a section where you will be asked, are you interested in the dual degree? And you will click on that box, yes, as you can see on the screen. Once you do that, another window will pop up to uh, uh, that will prompt you to upload your essay regarding your interest in the dual degree. So as you can see here, so once you say yes, it will then prompt you to upload your essay. So if you're interested in the dual degree, you'll have 3 essays that you have to write. You'll have to write an essay for RISD, again, the Common App prompts, 7 to pick from. And then you have the Common App prompt, and then your application to Brown University, which is completely separate from RISD. You will then have to write your essay to Brown University. So if anyone who's interested in the dual degree, there are webinars specifically focused on the dual degree. And again, I want to remind everyone, this is not a webinar that will focus on the dual degree. We're just giving you tad bits of information related to the RISD application and where you can go from there. So again, you will have 3 essays you have to write if you are interested in the dual degree, 1 to RISD, 1 to Brown University, and then the 3rd essay will be the dual degree essay. Why are you interested in this program? What interests you? So again, we're not going to go full detail into this. We're just giving a general overview. So when it comes to activities, we like to know what you're doing outside of your interest in art. You can include everything, including work, family responsibilities, sports, awards that you've won, competitions that you've participated in, community service. Pretty much you can list off all the things that you feel help represent you. So in the application, we're getting the academic perspective of you, we're getting the personal perspective of you. And in terms of personal, I mean the Common App essay, the recommendation letters, and the extracurricular activities. We're getting a sense of who you are through your personality. So your artistic personality, your academic personality, your community personality, your academic personality, all these things are representing you. So this is just one aspect and one part of the equation when it comes to the application. And we're trying to get as much info about you in terms of who you are. We do not conduct personal interviews as part of our admissions process, so all this stuff is representing you without you being there. So it's really important that you put together a very strong, solid application. When it comes to the portfolio, as I said, we're trying to get a sense of your academic personality. We're trying to get a sense of your personality in terms of relation to community. And now we're talking about portfolio, artistic voice. The portfolio, so you can't start Slideroom. Slideroom is the platform that you'll use to upload your artwork. Zach, is everything okay? Oh, I
Oh
can't
no,
hear.
my video turned on. But yes,
Oh, okay.
everything's great.
I just want to make sure of like, can people hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, so we can get back to this. So yeah, when it comes to the portfolio, you'll use Slideroom. You cannot, as an applicant, you cannot start Slideroom purely just going to the website and create an account. You have to start the Common App first, and then the Common App will prompt you to start your Slideroom account. They have to be connected. So make sure that you are connecting your Common App to Slideroom. Again, you cannot start Slideroom without starting the Common App first. They are connected. Within the platform, you will see as you are filling out information, it'll prompt you, do you agree to submit a portfolio using Slideroom? And you will click yes, and then that'll prompt you to go to another window will pop up, and you will see the link that will connect your Slideroom to your Common App. So again, you cannot start the Slideroom without starting the Common App first. You have to be prompted through the Common App to go to Slideroom, and then they will be connected. So you want to make sure they are joined. This process will be completely different for transfer students. Again, we will address that in the transfer webinar. When it comes to the portfolio requirements, there are a few requirements and parameters. We leave it open so that you can show the work that you feel best represent you. We ask for 12 to 20 images of your best work. We ask that students focus on 12 to 20 images. Show your best and most interesting work that you have up to date. When it comes to time frame, again, we're not going to get too far into this. 2 years worth of grades. It could be fall semester, senior year, all your junior year, spring semester, sophomore year, just as we're looking at your high school grades. 2 years of artwork that we're looking for. You can include sketchbook pages. You can include process uh, within reason. Not every image in your portfolio needs to show process. I just want to mention that. Do your best to create a well-rounded portfolio. Show your strongest work, quality over quantity. Show us your point of view, personality, original ideas and concepts, risk-taking. Include the basic fundamentals of art. The basic fundamentals can be personalized. The fundamentals can be original ideas and concepts. The basic fundamentals meaning you can use paint, you can use charcoal, pencil. The fundamentals of art, drawing from life, working from life, understanding color, pattern, rhythm. When it comes to drawing, value, tonal range, mark making, all those things we like to see, because all first year students are required to attend the first year, the Experimental Foundation Studies program. So we want to make sure we're setting students up for success. When it comes to students applying to RISD, again, you're not applying directly to a major unless you are a transfer student. Make sure you are including work that reflects the foundation year and you're interested in, the various majors that you have an interest in. We're not saying you can't include work reflecting your major. We're saying do not submit a major focused portfolio if you're applying as a first year applicant. This is one of the first mistakes a lot of students make, applying as a first year, assuming they're applying directly to a major. You're not. You're applying to the Experimental and Foundation Studies program. At the end of the day, you are welcome to submit whatever you want, but do your best to cater your portfolio to the colleges that you are applying to. We will be hosting Application Prep 5 that will focus on curating and presenting your work. So be sure to sign up for that. That is a very helpful webinar. We will basically spell out how to curate your portfolio, how to present your portfolio. So we will also record that. So students will be able to reference that later after the webinar if you can't make it. When it comes to info sessions, join a webinar that focus on portfolio tips or RISD 101. We offer a lot of webinar programming that focus on being as transparent as possible about our application process and what we look for in the portfolio. Do your best to sign up for those. We do our best to, again, be as transparent. We will be visiting high schools this fall as well. So you can learn more about RISD through a high school visit that we will be conducting this fall. Be sure to attend a National Portfolio Day event. We will be in Baltimore, we'll be in Chicago, Hartford, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, San Diego, Los Angeles. If you are in an area where these are hosted, uh, uh, there are plenty opportunities to speak to RISD online. But these are the ones that we will be attending in terms of in person. The portfolio reviews are not used as part of the admissions process. They're purely there to help assist students, to give them a insight to what we look for in the portfolio, to give you advice, tips on how to perfect your portfolio, how to improve your portfolio, how to take your portfolio to the next level. Again, thinking about how you can curate your portfolio to the specifics of what RISD is looking for. While also showcasing who you are and what you're going to bring to our studio. The portfolio reviews are not required. They're not used as part of the admissions process. RISD will be hosting its own portfolio reviews online. Those dates will be posted soon. They're actually already posted. So you can go to our website. So if you go back to the admissions page and right next to info session, you'll see portfolio reviews. You click on that link and you will be taken to another landing page where you will see the listing of all of our online portfolio reviews. So they are listed on the website now. You can sign up. It's a 15-minute time slot. Students will have the opportunity to share their work with us. We will give them advice, tips. We'll give them the insight to what we look for in the portfolio. So it's a great opportunity for students to tweak their portfolio before they have to submit it. So feel free to sign up. You can sign up for multiple portfolio reviews. If you do, please share new work. If you had a portfolio review over the summer, please make sure you're implementing that feedback into your portfolio and then show us how you've implemented the feedback that you got earlier in May or over the summer. How did you take that information and then tweak it into, apply it to your portfolio? When it comes to tips, give yourself time so that you don't have to rush. It's all about time management. It's all about avoiding last minute uh, um, changes in your application. Don't wait 3 days before the deadline. This can be overwhelming. That's when mistakes start to happen. Give yourself a personal deadline, a week before the deadline. Again, we don't require this, but it does help bring uh, a sense of uh, patience. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just focus on not doing it last minute. That's basically all I'm trying to say. Don't be a procrastinator, is what I'm saying. When it comes to submitting the Common App and Slide Room, you do not have to submit them at the same time. We ask that students do their best to fill out the Common App and have that submitted, and then spend the time focusing in on the portfolio. Let's say you are applying for the regular decision deadline. You can submit your application now or in October or in December, and then later wait for the January deadline to then finally submit your portfolio. Again, they do not have to be submitted at the same time. All materials are due at the time of the deadline. So if you're going for early decision, all materials are due. But again, you do not have to submit them at the same time. So if you're going for early decision, you can submit your application in September and then submit your portfolio at the deadline in November. Uh, yeah. So again, they do not have to be submitted at the same time. Try to finish your Common App. Oh, yeah, so that's basically the same thing. Try to, think about, yeah. This is basically just to reiterate, uh, you do not have to submit your portfolio at the same time, but give yourself time to work on your portfolio. So secure your letters of recommendation as early as possible. Again, academic teacher, art teacher, professional artists that you are shadowing or taking lessons from, an employer. Make sure the recommender is addressing the correct student in that recommendation letter. Again, you can request you can have you can send a request to the recommender, or they can send the recommendation letter directly to us through the admissions email. Pace yourself. Again, try not to finish everything in one day. Try not to, finish everything 3 hours before the deadline. Give yourself time. Strategize as much as possible. Do your best to connect with our regional reps. We are under a management region system. So we review by region. So on the screen, you can see the breakdown of our admissions officers and what regions they oversee. So do your best to connect with your regional rep. We're here to help you, assist you in any way we can to help you develop your application to be competitive. We are here to help you build a portfolio and an application that will really help represent you in the admissions process. When it comes to the application, we have about 7,000 applications. We admit about 1,000 students to get a class of 540. So with that being said, we are here to assist you as much as we can to help you create a competitive and compelling application overall. Yeah. So thank you. I hope that was helpful. Again, this was a general run through of the application. We will be going into more detailed descriptions of our application in our other webinars, and we will do that in the application prep series and the portfolio tip series, but also in our regional events that we invite students to. So we're going to switch over to a Q&A. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. You know, I'm not going to stop sharing my screen. I'll keep it on just in case, but I'm going to turn my camera back on. But yeah, all right. Woo,
Cool. Thanks,
a lot of talk.
Antonio. Thank you. Thank you.
Gonna get some water real quick.
Yes, go for it. So yeah, I'm looking through our questions. We've gotten a lot of questions about the portfolio. I'll ask to everyone, this presentation is more on the application as a whole, not just the portfolio. So we'll have a portfolio tips webinar in the future. But Antonio, if there's one thing you could say we look for in portfolios, what would you say it is?
Uh, Let me go back to that slide.
Yes.
Ooh, I went too far. Yeah, so one of the things that we look for in the portfolio, well-roundedness. You know, how well can you draw? How well can you paint? How well can you sculpt? Focus on the skills that you know well. Again, all first-year students are required to go through a foundation year. The foundation year, experimental foundation studies, it is composed of 3 studios: drawing, design, spatial dynamics. At RISD, you will spend your entire first year in drawing, design, and spatial dynamics. I'm going to break it down a little bit more. So in the first semester, you have drawing Monday, you have drawing Wednesday. I'm sorry, you have drawing Monday, you have design Wednesday, you have spatial dynamics on Friday. Each studio is 7.5 hours long. So when it comes to the portfolio, how does your portfolio showcase, again, your personality, your original ideas and concepts, but also your readiness for the first year? How does your portfolio showcase that, yes, I'm ready for a 7-hour drawing class. I'm ready for a 7-hour design class. I'm ready for a 7-hour spatial dynamics / 3D course. So we look for strong evidence of the basic fundamentals, how you use materials, in a technical way, expressive way, experimental way, while also trying to convey an idea here or there. How do you use your artwork, your artistic voice to come up with solutions? Not everything has to have a narrative or a story. Not everything has to have a solution. It could just be a piece about experimentation, or it could be a piece about graphic design or furniture or jewelry. It's really up to the student. At the end of the day, how does that portfolio showcase your readiness for art school?
Right. Next question. Can we email our regional reps for directly for virtual portfolio reviews?
Say that one more time.
Can we email our regional reps directly for virtual portfolio reviews?
So we reserve portfolio reviews for the online portfolio reviews. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee that the regional rep will do a portfolio review for you. Each admissions officer will manage their region the way they see fit. So if you can ask, it doesn't hurt to ask. But I will pretty much will tell you, it will be declined unless you work that out with your regional rep. We can't guarantee you that. You can ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. Yeah, but we use the online portfolio reviews or the in-person portfolio reviews to provide students a portfolio review. Please know, you know, we love to help everyone, but we know that we are a very small office and we can't um, get to everyone. And so if we run into the situation where it's like a lot of people are asking for portfolio reviews, please know you're not the only person asking for a portfolio review. There are thousands of folks asking for a portfolio review, and we just need to manage our time wisely. So we may decline that. But again, it depends on the regional rep.
Cool. Did we hear this correctly? 7,000 applicants and 540 first years?
Yes, that is correct.
Um, What type
Did
of
I say that?
person? Yes, you did. I
Yeah,
think the
so
person was just surprised.
yeah, so we admit 1,000 students, and then the enrolling class will be about 540. So we know that not everyone will accept our offer. So, it's one of those situations where every school practice um, that format, that formula, or so admitting a certain amount of students that will yield a certain number. So that's how universities work. Yep.
What type of person or student would you say excels at RISD?
Folks who are, into problem solving, students who are willing to work outside their comfort zone, students who are willing to take risks, students who are excited about challenge, students who are going to bring, students who are interested in learning from others is something that we really value here. In the studio, students are not only learning from faculty, they're learning from each other. So when we're looking at your application, we're looking at how are you going to impact the studio environment? What is that you're going to bring to the studio? What can I learn from you? What can I learn from me? And how can you inspire me? How can I inspire you? How can I inspire you to take a risk? We're going to work together. We're trying to make magic in the studio. We're trying to pull together 540 students who are going to create magic in the studio, who are going to create meaningful um, connections, challenge each other in the studio. Everyone has a unique perspective, and we're trying to pull those perspectives into the studio. So maybe one student works abstract, another student work realistically, one student works more experimental with materials. How can these students learn from each other? How can they inspire each other? So does your application reflect that? Are we getting that from your application?
Cool. What is a high school profile?
High school profile, it is basically a profile of your school. It talks about the school's curriculum, it talks about the school's history, the grading system, the education system. It gives us an insight to your school. So if you are going to an IB school, or if you're going to a charter school, if you're going to a public school, if you're going to a private school, all schools have a profile. It's basically a profile of how your school functions. And it's helpful to have that information.
Cool. Do you offer interviews as a part of the application process?
We do not offer interviews. Our process is purely through the application materials. We do not conduct personal interviews as part of our admissions process. You're welcome to reach out to us to ask us questions, but at the end of the day, we do not conduct personal interviews as part of our admissions process.
Can we share work of accepted students?
We do not.
Or, sorry, I misread the question. What about
Oh,
current students?
yes, you can see the work of current students pretty much on many different platforms like Instagram. You can go to Facebook. There are students who have websites. A lot of students will have their work on Behance. If you go to the RISD.edu, they showcase a lot of student work. There are departmental websites where they show student work. You can go to Flickr, RISD Flickr, or RISD What's Gary, or RISD Exhibitions to see student work. You can also go to RISD Craft to see alumni and current student work. So that is a really good website. You can go to RISD Careers. They have platforms that students will refer to when showcasing their work.
Right. Let me see here. Is there a specific amount of students you accept from each region of the world? Is it easier to be accepted if you live in a certain region?
We do not base it on region. We base it on quality of the applicant. So we don't have a certain amount of students that we will admit from a particular region. Yeah,
Right.
great question though.
Yeah. Let me see. How do our academics play a part in the admissions process?
Yeah, so again, we don't have a minimum GPA. We don't have a required GPA. We ask that students fulfill their graduation requirements. We look for strong academics. I mean, again, we don't have a cutoff, but we do look for not only strong ability to work in the arts, we want to make sure students are prepared for the academics here at RISD. So we do stress the importance of maintaining a good grade. If you're getting A's, B's, that's great. If you're getting some C's, A's and B's, that's okay too. But if we start to see a lot of D's and F's, we will start to get a little concerned. Again, we do not have a minimum GPA. We don't have a cutoff for GPA. We do take into consideration grades that are improving. We know that life can be challenging and it brings hurdles, and there are moments where, things go off track, and we see students bounce back and improve their grades. We take into consideration grades that are improving when they start to, go south. Again, we hope that you can bounce back and improve your grades. If you run into the situation where your grades are declining, a simple, I was in this experience, or, a life experience, a life challenge happened and it caused my grades to drop. You don't have to go to like detail about what happened, but just let us know, you're going through hard times. Again, you don't have to be explicit in terms of like describing, just let us know like that is happening. You can have a guidance department, art teacher, academic teacher support you. Again, if something, again, life challenge happened, you can talk about it. You can also have a letter recommendation where the art teacher or the guidance counselor understands your situation and can speak on your behalf.
Does admissions take into account art social media?
We do not.
Go. Easy, easy. Um,
We will
this
not look
is
at your social media.
yeah.
We're
This
trying to get
is
7,000 applications. We're trying to look at what's in front of us. But if you have a website, we'll look at your website. But if you want us to look at your Instagram of your artwork, we don't have an account, so we can't see it. So if you want to include that link, go for it. But we won't. We won't guarantee you we will look at it. But your social media presence will not be factored into the admissions process.
I think I found one of my favorite questions.
Whoa.
What do people not ask that you wish we would ask?
Ooh.
Tough one.
Oh. Say that one more time.
What do people not ask that you wish we would ask? Like, what do you wish our attendees would ask that they often don't?
Oh, I can't even think of anything. What
Yeah,
do you get?
I can't think of anything either. I just like the question.
I do too. I do like that
Yeah.
question. It's just like, oh, I wish folks would ask us. Oh, the constant. So I did add the slide. Uh, they don't ask enough. What is it? Uh, Digital art. Do you like digital art? Do you like to see digital art? We value digital art, uh, but do your best to, again, create a well-balanced portfolio when it comes to including digital art. We're getting to the point where students are creating portfolios that are all digital. They're not showing us any evidence of their ability to work with charcoal, acrylics, watercolor, gouache, pastels, charcoal, ink. During your first year, you're going to be working with a lot of traditional art materials. That iPad, that tablet won't be there to save you. There will be opportunities where you'll be able to use technology, but it won't be the main priority in the first year experience. So make sure you are including artwork that reflects the foundation year as much as possible. The other thing what other questions that folks don't ask enough of? Um, I can't think of any other questions. Yeah.
How important is the extracurriculars and activities section in the RISD application?
Yeah, it's helpful, but it's not a make or break a student's application. It's just to get a sense of what you do beyond art. We want to get to know who you are beyond art and design. So when it comes to representation, when an applicant is applying, again, we're trying to get a sense of how they're going to work in the studio, how are they going to work in the academic classes, liberal arts. And then we think about, okay, how are they going to impact the community? So when we're looking at your extracurricular activities, that will give us an insight to, oh, they will bring an interesting perspective to the community. This is how we assume or we think they will engage the community at large. Maybe they'll bring a unique club and organization to RISD that we need. So it's nice to see what students are doing above and beyond their interest in art and design. Again,
Great.
it will not make or break your application.
It's an interesting question. How long does it take in general for admissions officers to go through applications?
15 minutes.
Easy, easy.
So when in the admissions process, you want to keep in mind, we're not spending 30 minutes on your application. We're not spending 40 minutes on your application. We're spending 15 or minutes or less. So your work has to stand out. Your essay has to stand out. What are you doing to keep our interest in your application? Some applications will take 5 minutes, or some applications will take 10 minutes. It all depends on the quality of the work. It depends on the grades. It depends on the overall representation. So we're looking at everything. But I will say, like, I will quickly go look at the portfolio. That will determine how long I will spend on an application. So again, we are an art school. So, it's really evident through the artwork if the person, is prepared and ready to be in this environment. I can't speak for other art schools, but I can't speak for my other colleagues, but for me, I will go right to the portfolio. That will determine how long I will spend on an application. I want to look at your grades. I want to look at your essay. I'm going right to the portfolio. That will tell me how long I will stay, committed to your application.
Is acceptance rate of ED higher than that of RD? What percentage of admitted students are from the ED rounds?
Yeah, so the early decision, we used to have about a pool about 600 students. We admit about 180 students. Bulk of our students are admitted regular decision. Again, early decision is binding, so students are committing to RISD. It is a competitive deadline. The more applications you get early decision, uh, I would say it was the same competitiveness as the regular decision, even though it is a small pool. We're still looking for that 180 students. Let's say this year, we're still looking for 180 students, but the applicant pool is 1,000. Again, the application ratio, I would say, is almost very similar to the regular decision. There's no advantage. If the application pool continues to grow and we're still looking for that small number of students, so the ratio of applications to that small number of students. But again, we will admit most of our students regular decision.
Let me see here. What kind of general education classes would you take at RISD?
Yeah, art history, philosophy, social science courses. You can take a foreign language class if you want to. You can cross-register, take a foreign language class at Brown University. We have our own liberal arts department here at RISD. We offer over 300 courses. Creative writing. You can take a class in literature. You can take a class in Baroque painting, Japanese print. You have sociology classes. There we go. It is getting late. So you have sociology classes, you have philosophy classes that you can take. Yeah, so if that's something that interests you, you're welcome to take those classes at RISD. There are classes that focus on art plus science and design. If you want to take a science course, you can take that at Brown University. If you want to take a math class, you can take that at Brown University. Yeah, you will be focusing in, so 2/3 of your time at RISD will be studio and 1/3 of your classes will be liberal arts. Overall, 42 credits of liberal arts are required as part of the graduation requirements at RISD.
Is it okay if our letter of rec is not from an art teacher?
Yes, it's totally okay.
Cool. Let me see here. Can we submit works of art for the portfolio that are 3D, and if so, how?
Are you speaking 3D digitally or 3D clay or like 3D materials? If so, either. So if it's Maya, if it's wood, clay, plasticine, found objects, you can include three-dimensional work. Do keep in mind all of your portfolio pieces will be digital. You will not mail us physical artwork. All of your stuff will be uploaded to Slideroom. If you want to include 3D work that's digital, Maya, or traditional 3D materials, yes, you can include 3D materials. Focus on showing artwork that you're passionate about. Focus on artwork that you understand the materials well. Again, we like quality over quantity. If you know painting and that's it, try to bring in some experimentation in that painting. Focus on the skills and the materials that you know well, while also trying to experiment and explore and show technical skills and experimental skills, expressive skills too.
In terms of thinking about the academic side of the application and the portfolio, which would you say is more important? Are they both important? Can we admit a student with a great portfolio but poor grades?
Yep. We run into those different situations where students have a strong portfolio, improving grades, students have wonderful grades, potential in the portfolio. We try to pull from every aspect of a student's experience. So we pull from various different situations. Yeah.
If you are not admitted ED, is your application added to the regular decision application pool?
Yep. So earlier, spoke about this for students who apply early decision. If you are denied, you cannot apply to regular decision. Your application will be denied. You can only apply once an application cycle. If your application is deferred, then it will move to the second deadline and compete against students in regular decision. So there's three different outcomes. You can be admitted, denied, or deferred. So again, if you are admitted, you're admitted. If you are denied, you are denied the entire application cycle. You cannot apply again. If you are deferred, your application will move to the second deadline, where it will compete against students in the regular decision. In that situation, you'll only have the ability to update your recommendation letter, high school transcript. You will not be able to update your portfolio at all.
Great. I see it just turned 7 p.m. Is it okay if I ask one more question,
Yep,
Antonio?
yep, go for it.
It's an easy one too. Do we accept legacy students based on legacy status or athletics?
We do not.
Mhm.
That's not part of our admissions process. If you have relatives who have graduated from RISD, we'll acknowledge that and we're like, yeah, but we will not use that as part of our admissions process.
Cool. And yeah, I think that's about it. We have many open questions left. Did our best to get through them all, but if anyone has any questions in the future, please always feel free to email us. I put our email admissions@risd.edu in the chat. And yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Antonio, to wrap up.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Zach. Thank you,
Thank you.
Maren. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope that this was informative and helpful in terms of the start of our application prep series. Please join our other webinars. Again, we have the application prep, we have the portfolio tips, and we have the RISD 101s, where we basically just do our best to, again, be as transparent about our admissions process. Um, we will be reaching out to folks, inviting them to our regional events that will be online, where students will have the opportunity to dive more into their questions, ask questions, get to know us, the admissions team. Yeah, so thank you all for being here. We appreciate your interest in our school, and we hope that you continue to be interested. Feel free to email us, connect with us through the many different platforms. We're here to help you. Please know, at the end of the day, we are here to help assist you, support you through the application process. We know it can be challenging to understand what art schools are looking for, and there's a lot of information that's out there that's through third parties. Always connect directly with us to ask your questions. There's a lot of information that's outdated, that's incorrect. We want to make sure that you're getting the correct information. So reach directly out to us as much as you can. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you again. We again appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you at other online events and also in person. So take care and have a wonderful night.
Bye,
Again, thank you.
everyone. Thank you.